Your subconscious mind is not a passive part of you. It is the hidden engine that powers your reality. While the conscious mind handles logic, decisions, and external awareness, the subconscious is the reservoir of your beliefs, emotions, and automatic behaviors. Everything you experience, your fears, your desires, your habits, emerges from patterns imprinted deep within this invisible space. Yet most people live their entire lives disconnected from this truth, thinking that only willpower or external effort creates success. What your subconscious desperately wants you to realize is that you are constantly manifesting, constantly broadcasting energy into the universe, and constantly shaping reality whether you're aware of it or not. The thoughts you bury, the feelings you avoid, and the beliefs you carry silently are louder than the words you speak or the actions you take. This is why someone can try so hard for success and yet keep failing. Their subconscious has a different script running in the background. To awaken, you must first acknowledge that your subconscious is not against you. It simply mirrors back the programming you've allowed to take root. The subconscious operates primarily through repetition and emotion. From childhood, every word spoken to you, every experience you felt deeply, every environment you grew up in, all became codes written into your subconscious mind. These codes now guide your sense of self, worth, your expectations of life, and even the people you attract into your journey. Your subconscious desperately wants you to realize that many of the limitations you face today are not truly yours. They were borrowed. They came from parents, teachers, society, and culture. If you were told money is scarce, your subconscious created a scarcity program. If you were told you are not good enough, that became a belief that shapes your relationships and opportunities. But here's the deeper truth: beliefs are not permanent. They can be reprogrammed. Your subconscious is crying out for you to stop identifying with old programs and start creating new, empowering ones that align with who you are becoming. What your subconscious also wants you to realize is that feelings are more powerful than thoughts. You might repeat affirmations every morning, but if deep down you feel unworthy, the subconscious aligns with that emotion instead. This is why affirmations fail for so many people. They speak words with their conscious mind, but their subconscious mind doesn't believe them. True transformation happens when feeling and thought match. If you can generate a feeling of abundance, gratitude, or love, your subconscious begins to shift immediately. It doesn't argue with emotions. It responds to them as commands. Imagine speaking an affirmation with your heart instead of just your mouth. That is when your subconscious finally listens. The subconscious is also the master of habits. Every repeated action eventually becomes automatic. You don't consciously think about how to tie your shoes, drive a car, or even brush your teeth. It's all handled by subconscious patterns. But this truth goes much deeper. Your habits of thought and emotion are also automatic. If you are used to feeling stressed, anxious, or doubtful, your subconscious has turned those emotional states into habits. This is why some people live in cycles of worry, always expecting the worst. Your subconscious is desperate for you to realize that breaking free from negative habits is possible, but it requires awareness. When you catch yourself repeating a disempowering cycle, you must pause and deliberately choose a new response. Every conscious choice plants a new seed in the subconscious, and with enough repetition, the new pattern becomes automatic. Another truth your subconscious is urging you to understand is the power of imagination. Many people treat imagination as child's play, yet the subconscious experiences imagination as reality. This is why athletes visualize success before a game, why performers rehearse mentally before stepping on stage, and why manifesting works. When you vividly imagine yourself living a desired reality, your subconscious begins to rewire itself toward that outcome. It cannot distinguish between what is imagined and what is real. It only knows the emotional imprint attached to the image. Sadly, most people misuse this gift by imagining worst-case scenarios, failures, and rejection. The subconscious then accepts those as commands and manifests them. The call of your subconscious is simple: use imagination to build, not to destroy. The subconscious also governs your sense of identity. Whatever you repeatedly tell yourself, whether good or bad, becomes the foundation of who you believe you are. If you carry the identity of, "I am unlucky," your subconscious ensures experiences align with that label. If you believe, "I always attract the wrong people," your subconscious will select and attract relationships that validate it. This is why changing your identity is the most powerful shift you can make. Your subconscious is urging you to realize that you are not locked into an old identity. You can choose a new one. Every time you declare a new, "I am," statement with conviction and back it with emotion, your subconscious starts to rewrite the script of your life. Your subconscious also wants you to realize that silence is not emptiness. It is communication. In moments of stillness, your subconscious speaks through intuition, gut feelings, and inner nudges. Many people ignore these whispers because they are waiting for loud signs or external proof. Yet the subconscious communicates softly, urging you toward alignment and warning you against missteps. Have you ever felt an unexplainable pull toward an opportunity, or a quiet resistance against a decision that looked good on paper? That was your subconscious guiding you. By ignoring silence, you shut down your inner compass. By listening to it, you open the doorway to synchronicity, clarity, and flow. The subconscious also wants you to embrace the truth that healing must begin inside. Many people chase external solutions for their struggles: money, recognition, relationships, believing those will fix the emptiness within. But the subconscious knows that unresolved wounds, childhood traumas, and buried emotions keep replaying themselves until healed. If you were rejected in the past and never addressed the pain, your subconscious will attract similar situations to force healing. If you felt powerless as a child, you may unconsciously keep giving away your power as an adult. The subconscious is desperate for you to stop ignoring these wounds and instead face them with compassion. Healing them is not weakness, it is liberation. Another message from your subconscious is that gratitude is not just a feel-good practice, it is a rewiring tool. Gratitude teaches your subconscious to focus on abundance instead of lack. When you feel gratitude deeply, your subconscious shifts its baseline programming. It starts recognizing opportunities instead of obstacles. Gratitude changes your frequency, and when your frequency changes, so does the reality you attract. Many people practice gratitude only as a mental list, but the subconscious responds when gratitude is felt emotionally. A single moment of genuine gratitude can plant seeds that grow into lasting change. Your subconscious is urging you, stop focusing on what you don't have and start emotionally celebrating what you do. The subconscious is also reminding you that your environment is shaping you more than you think. The people you spend time with, the conversations you engage in, the music you listen to, and even the visuals you consume, all are being recorded and reinforced in your subconscious. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, gossip, or scarcity talk, your subconscious will absorb those patterns and reflect them back into your life. On the other hand, surrounding yourself with uplifting influences, inspiring content, and empowering communities will elevate your subconscious programs. This is why your subconscious wants you to become intentional with your environment. It knows you are always being programmed, whether you realize it or not. Your subconscious is also asking you to recognize that fear is often an illusion. While fear feels real in the moment, most of the fears that hold you back are not rooted in actual danger. They are programs from past conditioning. If you were shamed for speaking up as a child, your subconscious may trigger fear whenever you try to express yourself, even though you are now safe. If you failed once in the past, your subconscious may project fear of failure every time you attempt something new. The subconscious wants you to realize that fear is just a signal, not a stop sign. It is reminding you of past programming, but you are not bound to repeat it. Courage, therefore, is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it, thereby teaching your subconscious a new truth. Another truth your subconscious is desperate for you to understand is that time does not exist for it the way it does for your conscious mind. The subconscious is always present. It does not distinguish between something that happened 20 years ago and something happening right now. This is why unresolved pain can feel so alive, and why revisiting a memory with new perspective can transform you. When you imagine your future vividly, your subconscious begins to act as if it's already real, aligning your energy with that reality. This timeless nature of the subconscious is why healing and manifestation are possible. It is never locked in the past, only replaying what you haven't rewritten. Your subconscious also wants you to realize that resistance to change is natural. The subconscious is designed to protect you by keeping things familiar, even if the familiar is painful. This is why people stay in toxic relationships, unfulfilling jobs, or limiting cycles. They feel safe because they are familiar. The subconscious equates the unknown with danger, so it resists change. But your subconscious is not your enemy. It is simply trying to protect you based on old programming. Once you realize this, you can work with it instead of against it by gradually introducing new patterns and showing your subconscious proof that change is safe. You can train it to embrace transformation instead of resisting it. Another message from your subconscious is that your body and mind are deeply connected. Every thought and belief you hold eventually manifests physically. Stressful thoughts trigger stress hormones, while empowering beliefs activate healing responses. Many illnesses, fatigue patterns, and physical pains are signals from your subconscious, asking you to release suppressed emotions or outdated beliefs. When you ignore these signs, your body amplifies them until you listen. This is why practices like meditation, breathwork, and mindful movement are so powerful. They directly reprogram both the mind and body at the subconscious level. Your subconscious is urging you to pay attention to the language of your body. It is always communicating truths your conscious mind overlooks. Your subconscious is also highlighting the power of repetition. It learns not by occasional inspiration but by consistent exposure. Saying an affirmation once will not rewire your mind, but repeating it with belief daily can carve a new neural pathway. Practicing gratitude once may lift your mood temporarily, but making it a daily ritual will reset your subconscious expectations of life. This is why rituals, routines, and daily practices matter so much. They shape the subconscious over time. Your subconscious wants you to realize that change is not about intensity, but consistency. Small, repeated actions create profound transformations because they rewrite the programming at the deepest level. Your subconscious also wants you to grasp that self-sabotage is not truly sabotage. It is protection gone wrong. When you procrastinate, avoid opportunities, or give up on goals, it is not because you are weak. It is because your subconscious is trying to keep you safe from disappointment, rejection, or failure by preventing you from even trying. But what feels like protection is actually imprisonment. The subconscious is desperate for you to realize that you can thank it for trying to protect you, while gently reprogramming it with new instructions. Instead of saying, "I can't," begin saying, "I am safe to succeed." This is how you rewire self-sabotage into self-support. Your subconscious is also urging you to reclaim the power of choice. Too often, people live on autopilot, believing they are victims of circumstance. But every choice you make is a signal to your subconscious. When you choose to forgive instead of resent, when you choose to believe instead of doubt, when you choose to take action instead of waiting, you are programming your subconscious with strength. The subconscious thrives on direction, and if you don't give it conscious instructions, it defaults to old programming. By becoming intentional with your choices, you begin steering your subconscious toward the future you desire rather than the past you inherited. Another truth your subconscious is desperate for you to accept is that comparison is poison. Every time you measure yourself against someone else, your subconscious absorbs the message that you are not enough. Over time, this creates deep-rooted insecurity and jealousy. Your subconscious wants you to realize that you are unique, with your own path, timing, and gifts. No two people can ever truly be compared. The only comparison that matters is who you were yesterday versus who you are today. By shifting focus from others to your own growth, you free your subconscious from the cycle of inadequacy and open it to confidence and self-trust. Your subconscious is also reminding you that forgiveness is not about others. It's about you. When you hold on to resentment or anger, your subconscious stores that energy, keeping you stuck in the past. It keeps replaying the pain as if it is still happening, draining your energy and blocking your ability to move forward. Forgiveness does not mean you approve of what happened. It means you choose freedom over bondage. By forgiving, you release your subconscious from replaying the old wound, and you make space for new experiences. The subconscious is begging you to let go of what no longer serves you, because carrying the past is like trying to walk forward while dragging chains. Finally, your subconscious wants you to realize that you are far more powerful than you've been taught to believe. You are not a victim of random events. You are a creator shaping your reality through subconscious alignment. Every belief you hold, every emotion you nurture, every image you focus on, and every word you repeat becomes a seed planted in your subconscious garden. The harvest you experience in life is simply the result of what you've planted. By choosing to consciously plant seeds of abundance, love, health, and purpose, you transform your reality from the inside out. Your subconscious is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally, waiting for you to realize its power and work with it, instead of against it. Once you do, you unlock the life you were always meant to live.